intellectual access. It used to be physical access, which means about opening up museums and making them more welcoming and to children and families, elderly. But now it's about intellectual access, which means making them more available to everybody. And I think in essence, this is what this project's been about.
We've had women come into the museum who've never been there before and also didn't know that it was a free resource in Hastings. So we hope to encourage this much more in the future.
All of you here have fantastic histories as well, and I think this project, I'm very privileged to launch it or welcome it or whatever, is here, that's going to help so many women discover their own identities and cultures and celebrate them. So thank you very much.
I like the thing that I'm really interested in, the female swimming costumes and the old leaflets of Hastings.
Just shows how different it was years ago for marriage and the way people were. Modesty leads one further.
The history of people's everyday lives, I don't think museums are very good at that. They tend to focus on things that rich collectors brought back in the past.
Say who's put what and why they bought it. That was a really good thing to do.
I'm from Uzbekistan, so Muslim communities, they were not allowed to do photos many years ago, and then the miniature art being developed, so this is kind of miniature but done on sheepskin.
Oh, that's really interesting.
I'm not using for everyday use.
That's my mum's handbag from her wedding day. She had it for her honeymoon outfit, which was hilarious tweed number.
Oh,
so lovely.
Suede, isn't it?
Yeah, and I just found out loads about her and the different phases of her life, and it was great because I thought I was always the centre of it, and I discovered that I really wasn't.
She made it very clear she doesn't want any contact at all because she's totally ashamed of what happened. She's 84, 60 years ago. When she was 23, I was born. I actually have, she doesn't know it, I have the names of her children, and I go on their Facebook pages and I spy on them, basically, because they don't know who I am, they don't know I exist, they don't know I go on the pages. You've all got these pictures as well, which just brought to my mind of your parents, grandparents, but none of you know whether they had an illegitimate child before any of you were born.
This is sort of made by her. I think it might have
crochet
pads.
or something?
Yes, it's done on pins or something. And I could keep it inside there. And it's just a memory. My mother's now 87.
I've always wanted to come in because I used to use the swimming pool, and I've always wanted to come in, but I just never have. So, yeah, I'm really pleased, and I'm going to come again. I'm going to bring my kids as well. They're older, but I think my daughter would really enjoy it here. I've been to the textile, this class, and I've really got into it. I've been a bit manic. I've made a wall hanging. Got this mesh fabric, and I've put wire in it so you can move it. And then these were quite fine, so I put some felt between them and did blanket stitch. My mum's always been interested in butterflies. Every year she's bought things for the Christmas tree that had butterflies on it, and when she died, before she died, she always said she'd come back as a butterfly. And some of my loneliest times and things, I know it sounds mad, but I've found things with butterflies on them. I was isolating myself, so just getting together with a group of women has really helped me. I don't really know anyone in Hastings, so that's really helped me as well as I've sort of got a bit of a purpose, if you like, and I'm really enjoying doing the things I'm doing, and it's made me realise that I can do stuff.
If you gave people some other way, like paint, it would be a bit intimidating, but I think everybody's used to bits of old frock and T-shirts and things, so perhaps it's less intimidating thing to make personal remarks about, I think.
Tile making has always been a way of telling stories. You'll find tiles all over the world where people have made illustrations scratching into the surface of tiles.
I'm thinking of doing this border on the tile and then doing a freehand butterfly to tie in with my textile.
It's my trademark, giving it away. Oh, really?
It's about our own culture and our own background and our own values, really, and what's important to us as women. It gives us, and I just think it's a really creative, fantastic project.
I've written a letter to my great-grandma, so I'll read it out, it's not very long. Okay. Dear great-grandma Mary Louise, you wouldn't know this, but my granddad, your son Victor, wrote a biography of how you and great-granddad Amir met after he came to England to represent India for the Diamond Jubilee in 1897. I can't imagine how hard it would have been to create a life in a new country where you knew just one person, which was your cousin, before settling here. Looking at how nicely your Spot is sitting in the photo compared to Lily makes me think Spot was the strict great-granddad compared to my Lily's modern-day attention deficit disorder dog. Lots of love, Bev, your great-granddaughter.
Like, oh my gosh, people are looking at my staff, but I've had a lot of positive feedback as well, so it has given me a bit of confidence, definitely. And also I've made some new friends, and we're going to keep in touch, so that's really good because I don't know many people in Hastings.
I think it would be nice to get together with Julia and Dawn because we have it's very pleasant working away and then the conversation drifting back and forward while you're working. It's very easy.
And we're all different.
And they also know how to sew, so that would be very useful for me.
I think writing is the thing. I've got a real passion for writing and I'd like to somehow have more writing in my life, and it's about thinking about how I might do that.
There's so many good organisations and like the museums, and it's all free, and so many more people need to use it. And you realise when you actually go there and look around it just how much you enjoy everything about you, and it gives you ideas, and I think it's really good. I think it's very good with all the women coming together, especially all the different cultures, and learning things off of each other. I think that's really good.